everybody, how you doing? I'm Dave, that you know, and this is my Game of Thrones review of episode 4, Sons of the Harpy. Sorry that I didn't get this sooner, but if you have read my updates, my statuses, my batteries ran out again. I need like a whole pack load of these batteries. But anyway, I got it on now, I got it up now, I got it recording now, and I got the review now. Let's get ready to it. So we're going to start off with Jorah and Tyrion, and I lost a little bit of respect at first for Jorah because he knocked out that guy for stealing his boat, or to steal the guy's boat, and then that little respect came back because he did pay him. So, you know, here you go for me knocking you out and stealing your property. So I guess it all adds up. So anyway, we see Jorah just driving the boat, and then Tyrion wakes up and he's like, "Why are you taking me to my sister?" And Jorah's like, "When I said the queen, I didn't mean your sister. I mean the queen of dragons." And Tyrion is like, "Well, we're both going there for, you know, you're going there for your one reason. I was going there anyway." But Jorah's pretty much thinking, oh, it's a prize for her to win back the amount of trust that Daenerys has for him. And Tyrion realizes it's Jorah. He's looking at all of his attire on the boat, and he's like, "You're Jorah. You were undercover. So that is exactly what you're trying to do. I know you." And Jorah's just like, he walks up to Tyrion and bang, just knocks him out. So we are en route to Dorne with Jaime Lannister and Bronn, and as they are going past this island, Jaime realizes that it is Tarth, which makes him remind of Brienne, you know, Brienne of Tarth, and you know that makes him think of her. And you know, I always thought that those two could have a thing if they ever meet up again. Who knows if they will? You never know with this show. So anyway, Bronn says, "Hey, why aren't we on a Lannister ship?" And he's like, "Hello, I'm going incognito right now, undercover, looking for my niece." And Bronn's like, "Your niece? Okay, sure, Jaime. She's your niece." Anyway, they finally get to Dorne with a lot of rowing by Bronn, and because Jaime's like, "Hello, I can't row. My hand is not real." So Bronn's just like, ugh. Anyway, they finally get there, make a camp for the night, and then these 4 Dornish, I guess is how they're called, riders, came up to them. Well, first of all, Bronn and Jaime were hiding, but they were like, "Well, there's 4. So they came up to Bronn and Jaime. Bronn's trying to give them this whole story of swimming ashore after their boat capsized, and giving them fake names too. And the Dornishmen are like, "Disarm your weapons right now." So Bronn's like, "Okay." So he puts the sword down, but all of a sudden he gets a knife and throws it at the guy, kills him, kills another one. Then this other horse is going, I can't do a horse noise right now. And it goes up. Bronn slices the horse, so the guy knocked down, so it would be easy for him to get him. And then this other guy is going after Jaime, fighting Jaime, sword fighting with Jaime's doing his left hand, of course. And all of a sudden he loses his sword because he's still not really good at fighting with his left hand. And the guy's just about to kill him, and Jaime puts up his metal hand, and the guy's like, "Whoa," and then Jaime finally kills him. So that's pretty much where they are right now. So elsewhere on Dorne, though, there's that Lady Ilaria, I believe that's how you pronounce her name. She rides to meet these 3 girls who she calls her daughters, and she's saying that they have to avenge Oberyn for what they did to him. And so they're like, "We don't have an army. How are we going to do this?" And she's like, "We don't need an army. We have the queen's daughter, and we can just, you know, use this as a bargaining chip, or you know, kill her to get back to them, whatever." So anyway, they all decide that they're gonna join her, and go after this plot of what they want to do. So tensions and wars are building up. So there's a lot going on right now in King's Landing with Cersei and everything, so I'm going to try to get through this pretty fast if I can. Basically, Cersei got a very bad financial update from the Master of Coin Tyrell about the Lannister holding in the Iron Bank and how they've called in a quarter of their debt, which they can only pay half for. And Tyrell was like, hey, I'll give you a loan. And Cersei's like, no, why don't you go in person? You've done so much for us. Go in person and negotiate with them that way. And he's like, okay, I can do that. So he goes off, and then Grandmaster Pycelle, he's like, this council has gotten pretty small. And she goes, not small enough. Burn. Anyway, she goes to talk to the High Sparrow, Cersei does, and she's pretty much noting who is not doing very good things, I guess you could say, in her, well, pretty much in the High Sparrow's view, of course. Meanwhile, we see this guy getting a carving in his head, which is kind of disgusting. But anyway, so the guy who got the carving in his head, he goes with other robed sparrows. That sounds kind of funny to me. But he goes with other robed sparrows, and they seize Loras Tyrell, pretty much because of his homosexuality. Yeah. Anyway, because of that, which is pretty much what Cersei told the Sparrow about this. So that's pretty much why Tyrell has left. Why Cersei sent Tyrell out, apparently. So anyway, pretty mad, Marjorie goes to Tommen, and she's like, why has this happened? If you love me, you'll get him out. And he tries, so he's like, okay. So he tries to talk to his mom, and she's like, I didn't arrest him. And he's like, but he should, be free. Don't talk to me. I'm not the one to do it. So Tommen goes to see the High Sparrow. However, there's a lot of other sparrows blocking the way. If there were sparrows blocking my way, I'd just chase them and they fly away. But Tommen's not that intimidating, I guess. So one of his king guards is like, we can kill them right now. And Tommen's like, no, it's okay. Right now we're okay. We'll figure out another way. He's not like his brother. So there's a lot going on at the wall too, which I will try to brief going through. Basically, Selyse and Stannis, I hate Selyse, they're watching Jon Snow train a few guys, and she's like, I wish I could get you birth you a son, and all I gave you was deformity and stuff, and I hate her. Anyway, later on, Jon Snow is signing letters that Sam is putting in front of him, and they're asking for prominent noblemen to send to help protect the wall during the winter. So all of a sudden he sees Roose Bolton's name, and he's like, I am not doing this. And Sam is like, look, you have to. This is what we do. This is what you have to do, because you're the big guy now, And John's like, you're right. So anyway, he signs it, and Melisandre comes in, and she pretty much makes Jon cop a feel. But Jon retracts. He's like, no, I swore an oath, and I have to keep that oath. I think he has said that every episode of this season. I'm not sure, but he probably has. It seems like it anyway. So Shireen goes to see Stannis, and she asks, are you lonely? And she's like, I'm more bored. So he tells her the story of her infancy. But then he says he was advised to send her away because of her deformity. And when all these people advised him to do this, he said, go to hell. And he called in every master, and they saved her and didn't want her away because she was the princess of House Baratheon and his daughter, and he loves her. And then she hugs him, and he hugs her back, and that is major brownie points for Stannis in my book right now. So, thumbs up to you, Stannis. So we're in Winterfell with Sansa and Littlefinger, and of course the Boltons, but who cares about them, right? So Littlefinger says to Sansa, look, I have to go, Cersei has called for me, and I want to stay off the scent. And she's like, I don't want you to go. And he's like, calm down, it'll be okay. Sooner or later, Stannis is going to get here, and he is going to take over, he's going to kill the Boltons, and, you know, most likely name you the Wardeness of the North, I believe is what it said. Especially since, she, you know, that's where she is from, where she has lived most of her life. And he said, you know, especially since you're the last living Stark, you have to do this. Which I guess technically is true, since, you know, everybody else is dead except for, you know, my favorite, Arya. But she's most likely just going to lose that name anyway. So yeah, that's pretty much where we're at right now with that troop of people. So now we are in Marine with Daenerys. And pretty much what happened was the Sons of the Harpy are just murdering people, and then the Unsullied with Grey Worm, the leader of them, I believe, they go after them. Well, first of all, they see a woman and she's pointing that way. Apparently she set them in the trap by her look. And so the Sons of the Harpy are just killing everybody, you know, this whole group, and Grey Worm's just like, you know, beating the crap out of however many he can. And then Selmy, he hears this as he's walking by, and he gets his sword out and he starts killing everybody, blah, you know, killing. Anyway, Selmy pretty much gets stabbed, and the last one that the Grey Worm kills is the one that stabbed Selmy, and Selmy succumbed to his injuries, sadly. Thankfully, Grey Worm is okay though. From the previews of next week, we just see the one grave, and but still kind of sad. I wasn't a big fan of his, but you know, he was a badass. Okay, so I know that this week was pretty boring with me just talking about this like this. So next week it should be way better. We're going to be halfway through, and I am going to have a special guest, and you will see who that is, Eric. And yeah, he'll be joining me, and he usually tells me if I forgot anything. So I think we'll definitely you know, have fun with that. We should, yeah. All right, so I'm gonna go, and I will talk to you all later. See ya.